Here's problem number 4 for phase relationships of the soil. Here's a situational problem. You are a project engineer on a large earth dam project that has a volume of 5 million cubic yards that is of selected fill, compacted such that the final void ratio in the dam is 0.80. Your boss, the project manager, delegates to you the important decision of buying the earth fill from one of three suppliers. Which one of the three suppliers is the most economical and how much will you save? So we have supplier A that sells fill at $5.28 per cubic yards with the void ratio of 0.90. Supplier B sells fill at 3.91 cubic yards with the void ratio of 2.0. And we have supplier C that sells fill at 5.19 cubic yards with a void ratio of 1.60. Okay, so problem number 4, let's try to solve. So we have a situational problem of which the volume given here, B, that is 5 million cubic yards. And then we have also void ratio. The final void ratio for compaction is 0.80. And then you have supplier A, and the fills has that is $5.28 per cubic yard, and then the void ratio is 0.90, and we have for the supplier B, we have $3.91 per cubic yard with the void ratio that is equivalent to 2, and we have supplier C that has an amount of 5.19 per cubic yards with a void ratio of 1.60. So without considering the void ratio or the voids ratio, it would appear that the supplier B is cheaper than supplier A by $1.37 per cubic yard. So we're comparing this one with the A, which is, if we're going to see the prices, the A, supplier A, has the most expensive price, and the letter B or the supplier B is the cheapest. Okay, so let's try to solve. So therefore, in here, to put a 1 cubic yard of solids in the dam, you would need 1.8 cubic yard of soil. So for 1 cubic yard of solids in the dam, you would need 1.8 cubic yards of soil. So we're going to solve or determine the three suppliers, the solids, the volume of solids per supplier, and then that you will be needing for the volume for the fill. So this one is the volume of solids in the dam. To put 1 yard, or we're going to consider 1 cubic yards of soil in the dam, we will be needing 1.8 cubic yards. Okay, so this would be in relation with the volume that is equivalent to 1 plus E. So that is the volume of solids plus the volume of voids. For the volume of voids, that is denoted as that can be taken from the derivation, and we can get the 1 plus E value. So we have 0.80 volume of voids. We're going to add the 1. So we have the 1.8 volume. So for supplier A, shall we say that is supplier A, for one cubic yards for supplier A, you would need 1.9 cubic yards of fill. So we have 0.90 plus 1 cubic yard plus 0.90 or 0.90 cubic yards voids. So we have 1.9. For supplier B, for 1 cubic yard of volume of solids, take note this is volume of solids for the dam. Okay, so the quantity of the soil that we're going to need in order to fill in the 1 cubic yard of the soil dam, solid in the dam, soil solids in the dam is 1.8. We're going to consider the void ratio of 0.80. Okay, so let's go back in here. So we have supplier B for the 1 cubic yard of solids in the dam. For the supplier B, we're going to add from this 1 plus 2, that is 3.0 cubic yards of fill. Okay, and for supplier C, for 1 cubic yard of solids for the dam, if we're going to get from supplier C, so we have 1.60 plus 1, we're going to have 2.60 cubic yards. Okay, so these values, we will be using this one for the computation later for the comparison. Okay. Next. So the cost of the select fill from each supplier is, we're going to rounding up the number. So we're going to solve for the cost per suppliers. Okay, on each suppliers, no? So from the computed values in here a while ago, we have for letter A or supplier A, so we're going to have the ratio of the volume of the fill, soil fill, to the standard or to what is required, that is 1.8 cubic meter. So that is 1.9, we computed a while ago, divided by 1.8, that is the required volume, multiplied by the volume in here. So this is in terms of volume, cubic yard foot, cancel out the units. So we have 5 million cubic yards for the volume, the 5 million cubic yards, that is the volume of the project for the selected fill. So we're going to multiply this one with the price, that is 5.28 per cubic yards. So this is per cubic yards. So this can be cancelled out. So for supplier A, we have, calculate. So we have the value of 27,866,666.67. Let's round it up to the whole number. So we will have a price of 27,900,000 dollars. So this is for the A. So let's set this aside, the value. So we have A, that is 27. Okay, let's try to solve for the B. Following the format of equation calculation of the supplier A, so we have for the B, we have 3.0, this one in addition to this one on top of the volume here. So we have 3.0 divided by 1.8 multiplied by 5 million cubic yards of soil by the price of $3.91. So calculate this one. So we will use the value of 32,583,333.33. Rounded up to the whole number. So the supplier B will be having a price or a value of 32,600,000. So we have B 32,600,000. Okay, so let's move to C. Okay, for C, supplier C, so the value here is 1.60, so that is 2.60 divided by 1.8 multiplied by the 5 million cubic yards of soil. Then the price for the C, that is 5.19 per cubic yard. So calculating this one, we have So we have 37,483,333.33. So for suppliers here, rounded off, so we have 37,500,000. Now, so we have the three suppliers. So this is 37,500,000. Okay. So let's check. So which of the three suppliers has the cheapest value or price for the earth fill for the dam project? So therefore among the three suppliers, the supplier A is the cheapest by about 4.7 million compared to supplier B, and 9.6 million compared to supplier B. So how much money do we save? How much will we save from this one? So the engineer has a 4 points save. Oh, sorry. That is 4.7 million for supplier A and 9.6 million dollars for supplier C. Okay, so that answers our problem number